Well, how's it going, Kingsmen? Welcome back to another Napoleon Total War battle. This is another battle from the Grand Battle Mod. Now, this literally just started. I wanted to catch this. We both guerrilla deployed our sappers, the one LOC in the center of the map. You can see almost immediately we were kind of behind him. I rushed my sappers into the LOC. And instantly are shooting at each other. Russian sappers, French sappers, Austrian sappers. It was quite the event to start off this fight. I'm just going to kind of cover this, and then I'll go over the rest of the factions pretty soon here. So obviously, one of the sappers was right here next to this French unit and broke instantly because of the morale kind of thing of the morale here. We have skirmishers shooting at these sappers from behind. Obviously, he has some units hiding behind. This does give you a little bit of a shelter in place kind of thing, give you some defense against bullets. He has one over here chewing up along with these guys in the house. Destroying them. Now, he does break on the left side too, but it does look like we're winning. I have all my guys in the LOC. I haven't even taken any losses yet. I think I'm pulling a unit out of the house just to be able to combat the sappers. But this is a 4v4, guys. 4v4 with a large unit size, I believe. We got a lot of cav. We did try something very cool and very different. We tried a cav corps. See, he's going in for the LOC. So this Russia, entirely cavalry. Then, of course, I'm playing as Austria with another Russia, almost entirely infantry. Looks like some enemy Bavarian cavalry charging in against some sappers, not going to work. And then we have another Austrian player, so 2 Russias, 2 Austrias. Going up against them is 3 French armies and 1 Bavarian army. Things looking pretty good for us, though. We're getting cavalry up. I'm pushing my units up the road. I brought some light infantry, some guard, like some Emperor's Own, and then I brought some Deutschmeister. There's some regular lines of infantry. We're hoping to see how the Cav does play this. They've done a little reworking as they're always working on this mod. They were just fighting for this house. But obviously the French are outnumbered here. We have plenty of sappers. They're starting to break. They have an enemy all around, so they're going to start breaking. We have the Russian cavalry already starting to scout here. Adjutant way up in front. You know, he has a nice sight line. More Hussar battalion. Now, I believe, let me see what the cavalry corps brought.
All men are running,
we have a Dragoon, Hussar, another Hussar, Lifeguard. Some guard squadron, more lifeguard hussars, dragoons, more lifeguard, and some more chevaliers, basically. Just a lot of cavalry here. A lot of heavy cav as well. So, with all this cavalry rushing forward, we win the LOC fight. And what's left of this poor sapper unit is making for the hills. Russians hotly pursuing them, and he's going to pull back. We are starting to see the French and Bavarian lines pushing up. This was a plan. I was going to take the center, protect the left side until this other Russia got up. This Austria is going to defend the center / right side here. You can see Bavarian infantry already rolling forward here, getting kind of close. There's obviously an LOC that hopefully, you know, some of these infantry can get to. Maybe the Free Corps light infantry will get to it in time. Set up in that, force him back. He has plenty of infantry advancing here. We weren't totally sure where the French were going to attack us. Obviously, not totally sure yet. But we have a horse artillery setting up, a lot of cavalry. Now, you are starting to see a lot more French cavalry as well. You see cuirassiers, some lancers. Very nice looking. And I'm not sure if he's going to take a cav engagement here or not. This battle was just hectic, guys. A 4v4 on this mod was insane. I'm so glad that all the computers handled it. Looks like we have some Dragoons as well. Yeah, I'm grateful it handled a 4v4 because that could easily become very rough. We have some light cavalry charging in. Hussar is going to charge them. Now the Lancers are going to counter-charge. Looks like Russia is maybe going to commit here. He does have the first Hussar break. He's pushing forward Dragoons and Hussars on the flank as well. Now I realize I need to start bringing up squarables very quickly. You can see horse guns for Russia, for the Cav Corps, already firing. Russia's going to be way behind, guys. Like, way behind. There's my glorious army. Honestly, the Archduke Charles Legion, very good. The Emperor's Own, very good. Highly recommend bringing both of those. They're just insane units for Austria. If you're trying this mod, that's the units I love bringing. And then I like bringing like the German Fusiliers, I believe. Where are they? Yeah, German Fusiliers, a very solid unit. All around, just pretty good. They can hold for quite some time. The Czech, also very good. I believe my horse. I think I don't remember what broke. But already another cavalry fight going on. You have some Dragoons facing the Horse Guards. Some Lancers facing more Dragoons. The French infantry rolling forward here. Light infantry and line infantry. So we're starting to see a heavy concentration. I'm obviously going to have to start pulling forces back this direction. The French can all form squares. So this is going to turn very rough very quickly. And what I'm doing is I'm setting up the Grenzers who can shoot. Having them set up, we have Norway. Oh yeah, I forgot. Denmark. Yeah, Denmark is here, I believe. Up in the front line, so I apologize. It's a Bavarian, Denmark, and then 2 French armies. Or is this Norway? I think it's actually Norway. I don't know my factions. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend that I know my factions that well. It's Denmark or Norway. I think it's Norway, though. Obviously, you're seeing a lot of French troops pushing up towards the horse guns that they have set up. He's obviously trying to just protect those horse guns, keep them from falling into enemy hands. I'm pushing my light infantry up to kind of defend his guns, stop them. Over on this side, we have artillery set up against this Austria. Not a whole lot of infantry contact yet. The only real contact right now is from, I'm going to say, Norway. That's what I'm going to call them. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. They are attacking the actually highly defensible position we have. We have a hill, we have an LOC, we have, you know, some structures for defense. More cavalry charging in. This is just constant cav action, guys. No infantry yet. Russia is still forming up and getting over here. It's going to take them a minute to actually get over to this side of the field. Hence why I have a significant amount of troops kind of peeling up. I am also trying to take up the defense of the center. So I'm pushing forward my line of infantry. Austria has a nice flank on this first Norwegian line. We also have some Grenzers that got charged by cavalry. They do form a square. They'll be just fine. More light infantry pouring in those volleys. Pouring in the volleys on this French unit, forcing them not to be able to just take on those guns. More cavalry still stuck in a melee here. They obviously went for the other horse guns. I'm assuming, yep, he managed to get those horse guns off the guns and hide them in safety. So his cavalry still breaking, but I am able to kind of help pull back with the cavalry charges, plus now my infantry showing up, plus the artillery. Oh man, more cavalry charging in. Looks like Ladue now. So much cav, guys. So much cavalry engaging. You have cav way here on the right flank. Of course, tons of infantry as well. But now that my Emperor's Own and my line infantry, even my Deutschmeisters, I threw my elites to hold the gap, guys. We have Austria over here. He's taken on while I'm trying to get my men up and into position. Our artillery potentially moving up. He's holding the line. He has sappers and the line infantry, but obviously he is going to be trying to deal with a Bavarian line over on this side. So, you know, you don't want him to multitask too much. A beautiful charge by the Scout Hussars, taking on some skirmishers. A lot of skirms here for this Austria, though. Oh, dang, he has a lot of skirm-looking units. That's cool. I didn't know you could bring those. So I have basically entirely set up. I'm even pushing forward with my line infantry, being very aggressive on these squares. And because these squares have been sitting for so long, we figured we could charge in and take them on. I form a square, thankfully, but still the cavalry smacks in there. He's going to start hurting, but I'm starting to counterattack with whatever units I have. Russia, guys, look at this. Russia's just so close now. So very close to being able to be in the fight. So much infantry rolling to protect this flank. I am constantly still meleeing, trying to throw back this first line of attack. More Norwegian, more, you know, enemies now starting to make their way over here. I think it's actually Denmark. Keep going back and forth. I'm going to be back and forth the whole time. Maybe it is Denmark, though. Alright, guys, sorry, we're back. Kind of had some lagging out with the sound and everything else. Yeah, see if the sound is actually still going to lag out. It's just not having any sound whatsoever. And looks like we still have some sound. It may not be as amazing as it was in like the actual game for some reason, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we are back. So where I was, I think, is the Austrian line. We are pushing. I'm pushing forward here, kind of even covering a little bit of the left flank here as Austria is going to start pulling back. I'm going to start pushing forward some reserve lines here. Norway, obviously, or Denmark. Starting to push forward here. We still have the horse artillery doing some amazing, that's a little too much, amazing work here, just hitting this line, just really hurting it. Russia has obviously started pushing forward their line as well. Breaking another French unit here. Obviously, you have the French who have some lines set up ready to be defensive. And France is just letting Denmark take the center of this defense. I am going to kind of keep a reserve and cycle back and forth. It is going to be on Russia now to push. Over on this flank, you see Austria is set up. He's just fighting a skirmish wall, basically. They have cavalry support on their side too, but it's just, he's fighting skirmishers. Bavaria has some more troops pushing from that side. We haven't seen a whole lot of concentration over here. This is mostly, I mean, shoot, even Denmark is really engaging. It's just over on this side. Where we're just receiving fire both ways. Now you see France and Russia getting very close here. You can have cavalry. He's set up a nice little open area for the Lifeguard Hussars to charge in as needed. Going right into a square. And now Russia sends in a bayonet charge. Massive amount of cavalry pushing on the Russians' flank at the same time that they are starting to attack here. France just breaking more Denmark units pushing forward here, but it is a full-on assault by Russia. There we go, using the road, getting up close to that Denmark line over on this side. It's just you can see, just shooting back and forth my artillery. Their artillery is shredding up my infantry, unfortunately. But Russia, I mean, I think I have my elites over here. I was like, you know, they can inspire, might as well. More French cavalry trying to harass the rear, which actually has the lifeguards and the best units for this Russian army. More lancers, then they smack into that square and actually do some damage. And even more cavalry charging in here. And while that is happening, you have even more and more Russians. They are breaking, but the next wave is ready to just charge right in here. And over here, it's just kind of a, you know, your standard, not as a fierce of a fight. Both sides are exchanging volleys, men are dying, but I feel like the severity is just not as crazy. I think the sound lags right here just because of the sheer amount of units just in this one little area. But obviously, this is looking to be a weak point in the line. Russia is still just pushing here. Constantly pushing. The cavalry on the flank, he does have some good units on the flank to defend. Russia has some cavalry on the flank as well. I even started shifting my two elites. Only a little bit of action I have. My elite Emperor Zone, who I was thinking maybe I could kill him on the flank, put him in square. Either way, you can see Russia is going in for yet another bayonet charge. Just doing what Russia do. Now, we are taking some losses here. The artillery and infantry, it's just kind of a brutal fight here. They have a huge gun battery over there and over here, and this hill is perfect for them to just shoot over their own men's heads and just kill us. So it was a little rough over here, too. The artillery just starting to rain down fire. I'm not able to do too much. I am getting ready with my dragoons and my infantry to go in and really harass this line. You see I'm coming in for the charge. And they do charge in, which is going to give Russia that opportunity to then push their infantry up while they're in square formation. You see pushing forward here. Over on this side, still just a mass melee. Cavalry now from France trying to stem the tide of Russia, who's just rolling forward. More French infantry still caught out as Russia's doing their bayonet charge that is just constantly working for them. And you see the mass rout is starting to happen. I mean, this France is just taking on two Russian armies at the same time. And here we go. The lines are being reformed right in front here. And Austria is about to fire. I hope. Set up a perfect position for it. Oh, come on. Don't embarrass me now. Yeah, well, they do fire. You just can't hear it. Oh, on this side, Denmark is pushing forward, getting very aggressive. Obviously, they're starting to collapse on that flank. So this is the one place where maybe they can make a push here. Over here, it's still just a skirmish. Looks like, you know, a forest fight. That, ooh, we have some fire in advance. That's kind of cool. Oh, he's going for a bayonet charge to the Grenadiers. Oh my goodness. Bavaria gets a nice volley before they actually charge in. Looks like we have some sappers, maybe. You notice the line infantry set up in the front lines. I mean, they're going against a couple rows of Austrians, plus more German Fusiliers in the flank here. The line just breaks. I'm sorry I wasn't really catching it, but it just folded from just the constant fire.
Our men are running, sir.
We do have a general movement here. You can see the French going in for a melee. And Denmark as well. A ton of infantry concentrated in this one area. And that's why I'm getting my troops over. In fact, I'm charging in another line of infantry because mine did break. We are holding this line, guys. And then the cavalry is going to charge in the rear. Causing them to instantly break. Now our lines are still breaking to that artillery, but I mean, Austria is obviously winning. Ooh, we have Bavaria charging in for some melee of their own. Some cavalry as well. And they do break them. On the flank, oh my goodness, Austria just kind of got hit really hard there. Now he does have another grenadier that he pushed up, some cavalry fighting on the flank. At this point, though, things are looking pretty good, guys. We have just a small little bit of those French forces left.
Our men are running, sir.
This Russia's still very strong here with that cavalry backing them up. They were able to just capitalize. Oh, yeah, we go for the guns. And they break just as they get to them. My cavalry breaks. But there's some Russian dragoons right behind him. Let's see if they can make it. Let's see if they charge through the smoke. That'd be pretty cool to see. Oh, that is cool. Out of nowhere, just dragoons rushing through that smoke and just, well, with no sound. Man, that sound's kind of annoying, isn't it? Let's have some guard units. I'm assuming it's just the sheer weight and amount of units on the field that's causing the sound to just glitch out here. Which, you know, it can't happen even in a regular multiplayer game. At some point, the sound just kind of disappears. I wish I could fix it. I wish I knew how to fix it, because it would make it just so much cooler that way. France is trying to hold their ground for now. Last-ditch effort of defense. But things are looking pretty grim here, and I do believe, yeah, this one French army decided to just retreat his LOC, which is a cool perk. Your LOC usually sit in the back. Once you hit retreat on it, all units just run. So if you want to concede the field, if you know it's just a waste of time at a certain point, you can. Obviously, Bavaria is fighting to the bitter end, surrounded though he is. Basically, though, I think the French, after talking with them afterwards, the French brought a cavalry corps with some infantry as well. But I think we just had a heavy amount of cav, plus a Russia that has some really good units, but can bring a ton of them. My goodness. Just shooting into the thick, retreating Imperial lines.
A glorious victory,
so just mass amount of infantry, Russian infantry with all that Russian cavalry smacking into that side. Well, plus, thankfully you're able to hold with those guns in this area. They first came up, I had only a couple units that were up there defending. We were able to kind of throw back that first initial French attack, and at that point it was over. I think this is basically over. I'm going to skip to the end results here. I think he about retreats his men just in a second here. So I'll just skip to the end so we can see the results. You can see the fierceness of this fight. Alright guys, so that was the battle. As you can see, that 4v4, a lot of troops on the field, but Nix, who was that Russia supporting Mapbob, who's the Cav Corps, you see he brought a lot of troops, the most troops in the field, 55, and then 13. And then Arnett on my right flank taking on Bavaria, got 45, 95. We were very close with our unit sizes. Kill-wise, Nix got the most kills with 25 100 kills, then Mapop 7, and then me with 11, or not me with 11, me with 18, and Arnett with 11. On the other side, Lucy, he got 438 kills. He got hit pretty hard in the very beginning. Wasn't able to do a whole lot on that right flank. Then the other NX, 1631 is Bavaria, captain with 501. Tintin with 1034 for the kills. Obviously, the French guy on this side got just absolutely routed immediately. Their morale became, with the cavalry running around, it made it very difficult. Plus, you know, they did have smaller armies, and I don't think they were able to concentrate as well. Nix and Mapop just worked really well together, so props to them. But props to everybody. It was a fun game. Definitely a fun game. I know some people had more fun than others, but you know, this is what a 4v4 looks like, guys. 4v4s are awesome. So, for all the questions, I'm trying to answer all the questions about this mod. It is not NTW3, not even close. Still in development. It does not have the unit size, the unit detail, the unit history that NTW3 has. So, it's not a new mod update for it. This is just a different mod. There's a Discord link that I usually put in the video description. You can go to that Discord, ask to be a tester, and play it. And that's kind of where you have to go if you want to play this mod. So, yeah, that'll be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.